Good morning out there in our Facebook world. It's Rhonda Wade and it's Wednesday morning and I am excited to come to you and bring you a really pretty project today. It is January 8th. It's not the first Wednesday in January because that was New Year's Day and I was at home with my family. But this is my first Wednesday back here in my studio where I get to come to you. So some of you have been joining me for a couple years, and some of you, this may be your first time joining, but on Wednesday mornings, usually about 10 a.m., I love to come and do a project with you. So we try to do it every single week. The past couple weeks, I have not been able to come here because I've not been at my studio with all of my crafting supplies. So Happy New Year to all of you. I'm excited that you're here and looking forward to a whole nother year together, being able to every week create beautiful projects. The only time I don't is typically when I'm either out of town or the last 2 weeks of December. I do typically take off and try to spend some good quality time with my family and my friends. We've got tons of celebrations that we do. We have birthdays, several, my husband and my son, and then we of course have Christmas and New Year's, and then we also have all of that. It's our anniversary. This year my husband and I had our 25th wedding anniversary. So hey, good morning. I'm glad to see you all on here. Hey, Tammy. Tammy was here last night at our team meeting. Tammy's been a part of my team for, 18 years, Tammy, 19 years. So I love having her as a rubber queen. She's been right by my side. She was my assistant for a lot of years, and then she had grandbabies, and she still runs her business full strength. She's earned the incentive trip every year for, I think, 18 years in a row. So I'm glad you're out here with me. Love it when my friends join me, and all of you are my friends, but I love to see you. So today, it was really hard for me to pick out what I wanted to show you because the new catalog is live. We have our new mini catalog that is packed full. They changed up some things. So if you don't have it, you want to have it because it is gorgeous. So many things I had to pick. What am I going to show out of here? It was really hard. I have so many things I want to show you. And then, obviously, the celebration brochure as well. So this is all free goodies. So much to show you. It was really, really hard to pick. So I decided to create, Rhonda, what are you working on? What am I passionate about right now? And the one thing I'm passionate about right now, well, it's always, you never know, but I'm a woman, so it kind of goes all over the place. But right now, I'm very, very passionate about sending out cards and praying and sending out cards. So I really want to focus on starting off the new year, creating a stack of cards that I'll have to be able to send to people that are struggling, that are, going through health issues, that I'm praying for. So for any of you who are a part of my Creating for Christ group, then you already know this and seen this. I did a Facebook Live on there on Tuesday. But for some of you who you haven't, and so this year, starting off my Creating for Christ group, and this is a class that I offer. So you can, I offer the tutorials for free, but then I also offer the a make and take packet or a project kit, which will include the journal, and it will include a package of note cards, and you'll make 6. Thank you for the hearts. I love those. Those really make a difference to me. You'll make 6 different note cards in the class. And then some of them are muted and more simple, so you can send them to a man or a woman. And some of them are really, really beautiful. So they are sparkly and fun. But they're all about, hugging people, loving people, and praying for people. So that's what I decided I'm going to show you today because I want to continue to create this stack of cards so that when I can quickly jot one down. I'll have them ready to go. So, and of course we created a prayer journal so that we could keep track of, who we're praying for and just keep track of our prayers. And then put some good old scripture verses in it. So this is something that I'm passionate about right now and I'm really focusing on. So I decided to then show you another project that you can use with some of these awesome supplies. They are ones that I just have fallen completely in love with. So here's the card we're going to make today. This is another version of it. So pretty. It's using the Best Dressed paper, which I think is a little bit of a chameleon, because when you look at it in the book, it's a part of the Best Dressed suite, which is really cute shoes and lipstick and perfume. I love the saying, be as bold as your lipstick. So the pack of paper is in there. And one side of the paper is really fun. Like, look, it's got like purses and bags, and it has perfume bottles, it has lipsticks, it's got shoes, it's really fun. But then the other side is actually soft and muted and beautiful, and this is my favorite piece. That's the piece I just used. Well, it's my favorite piece today. I have a favorite piece tomorrow. So it is a great pack of paper. It's one that I've really enjoyed with. So here's that pack of paper, and then here's my card. It opens up a little bit different, and the inside is decorated. So I'm going to show you how to make this, and then really it's basically, and then look, of course, we are going to have a gorgeous envelope that is going to match. So we're going to be using this piece of paper though. It's in the same pack of paper, but this is bolder. It's really using Blackberry Bliss or Rich Razzleberry. So in this one, I use the really soft and beautiful petal pink. So I think we got lots of our friends on here. So I'm going to turn you down so you can see. I do have a piece of, grid paper. I'm going to try to get you straight. I have not done this in a couple weeks, so my thing might not have been exactly the way I wanted it to be. Okay, so I am using a grid paper today because we're going to have to do a little bit of, just measuring, and I love to use my grid paper to measure with, and then obviously use it to stamp on as well. So again, here's the card. I'm going to show you up close. Says hugs, prayers, and love. So obviously you can send it for any occasion, and it's featuring that Best Dressed paper, and the stamp set I'm going to use is called Positive Thoughts. It's only $21. And the really cool part is if you get the pack of paper and you get the stamp set, and you're going to get the ribbon and these pretty little rhinestones that I'm doing, your order is going to be about $50. And then, voila, you get to pick out something free out of the celebration brochure. There's stamp sets, there's paper that's bold and bright, and then there's paper that is black and white that I love. It happens to be my favorite, the Golden Honey. More stamp sets, there's punches, there's all kinds of stuff in here you get to pick for free. So, and it's all while supplies last, and every single year things have sold out. The card kit always sells out, so look, some of there's twine and sequins, that's probably gonna sell out, just to let you know. So here's the stamps that we're featuring, Positive Thoughts. And it's great, again, like we made all these note cards with it. So, and we use the Mint Macaron ribbon, which is new as well. Really quick note cards that you can just pop in the mail when you're thinking about somebody, or you're praying for them, or they just need a hug. A lot of us just need a hug in life. Okay, so let's jump in and get started. I'm gonna show you how to make this card. And here's this version. But I'm going to show you how to make it in a version that is a little different, a little bold. So this paper here, you got to start off with a half a sheet of cardstock, and you want to pick obviously a coordinating color. I'm going to take our handy dandy trimmer here. This is our new one. It's only $25. If you don't have a trimmer, I highly recommend this one. And I'm going to cut this down to 4 1/4. So we're going to cut the paper what I would call our hot dog way. By the way, I don't know if I said this, but this class is still available to purchase. You'll get everything you want. It's only $32, and that includes the shipping. So it's really only a $24 class. And it's something, again, I'm doing as a part of our Creating for Christ. So you're gonna you'll get the journal, you'll get a half a pack of the paper, you'll get a bolt of ribbon, and a pack of note cards. So it's you can still purchase it. I will give you the link up in the description when I'm done. Okay, so I want to show you the benefit of a piece of 6x6 paper. So one of the really awesome things that are going on right now in Celebration is, and some of you have heard, that when you buy the starter kit, and hey, if any of you love Stampin' Up products and you want to get them at a discount, this is created for you. Celebration is for you. And you get to pick out $125 of product you want, so you can pick out any of this. And then for free, you're going to get a stamp set of your choice. You can pick out any stamp set. You're going to get this free little mini trimmer, which we have already showed you. People have fallen in love with it. It's perfect for those fine precision cuts. You know, when you want to cut just a small piece of paper, and this is perfect. And it's really small, so it fits perfectly on your table. And then you also get to get a whole sampling pack of 6x6 paper. And look, it's a sampling of paper. So some of the best dressed is in here. There's some of the beautiful poppy paper is in here too. There's some more of the best dressed. There's some of the tropical. It's all brand new paper, and it's just a whole smattering of it. So that comes for free as well. So I want to show you, because for those of you who get this, or comes as a 6x6 piece of paper, what can I do with this one piece of 6x6 paper? It's perfect for card making. So the first thing that I do is I want to put this in here, and I want to cut it down at 2.5. So you're going to cut this down to 2.5, and I would do this with any of these pieces of paper. And then this next one, I want to cut off 1.25. So I want to cut this down basically to 4 3/4, but this doesn't go any further than 4 1/4. But I know I want to cut this off at 1 1/4. So you just find your 1 1/4, and then this little guide right here, it's kind of wiggly, and that's because now I want to hold it down, and it gives me that precision fine cutting. So now I have this cutter that is just perfectly right here on my station, and we're ready to go. So now I have these two pieces is what I have. Perfect. And I'm going to take I already cut some of the white cardstock. So I'm gonna layer this piece. So this was basically 3.5 by 4 3/4. And then I have another piece here that is a piece of Whisper White that is 3 3/4 by 5. So I'm just gonna go ahead and glue this beautiful piece down here that is, again, the same pack of paper, but it's so bold and it's so pretty. Then what's this little piece for, right? You guys know, those of you who know me know so well. What am I gonna use that piece for? I love coordination, when we can coordinate our envelope. So when someone gets this in the mail, this is what they're going to get. Like, this is gonna come in the mail, and they're gonna be like, oh my gosh, it's so pretty, what is that? So now, with that 6x6 piece of paper, we have a piece here that is meant for our envelope. So you just go ahead and glue that down. And then, and then you just trim it off. We don't send out any naked envelopes. We like them to, half the time, that's the fun, of getting something in the mail, is that it's totally different than, plain white or a bill, or it's something that they know it's special. And then this piece of paper, you might end up just not even using it. So use every drop of it. That's all we have left over after that. Okay. So there is our gorgeous envelope that's gonna match our card. All right, let's get back to work and finishing our card. So I tried to think of what are some of my favorite things that are in the new catalog. One of those favorite things is this new white crinkle seam binding. Also, before I put this down here, you probably can't see it, but this is a piece of our vellum cardstock, and I wanna put this down. It's gonna give just a soft look to my card. I do this a lot. I just layer a piece of vellum behind whatever I'm doing. So when I showed you this, you probably couldn't even see that, but there's a really fine piece of vellum there. It gives this card a gorgeous, beautiful, soft feel. So I'm gonna do that same thing there. Now I'm gonna take my seam binding. This is like feather light. Actually, it's like lighter than feathers. It's like as light as air. So what I love about this is that I'm gonna be able to mail this card, and it's going to not cost me any extra postage by doing a bulky bow. But I've wrapped it around twice. It's also it's a little bit thinner, so I like, doing double bows with it, wrapping it twice, and it's white, so it goes with just about anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and just tie a bow here. I've already gone through several bolts of this ribbon because it is really very, very useful. And I do like to use it like that, so that double bow it and wrap it around 2 times. I love it. Okay, so there is that. Now we have to, let's keep working on the top of our card. So the stamp set I'm using again is that Positive Thoughts, and I'm gonna use the one that says Hugs, Prayers, and Love. I like that one a lot. And because it is something I want to send hugs, I want to send prayers. I wish I could, be there to help everybody, but sometimes that's tricky. Okay, and we're gonna take out just a piece of scrap white paper that I have here. And I'm using Mossy Meadow is my color because that's the color green that's in this is Mossy Meadow. Now the cool part is the color green in this one is Old Olive. There's still a little bit of Mossy Meadow, and there's also the Mint Macaron. So you can use pretty much any green that you have. We're taking the 1.5 inch punch and we're gonna punch it out. Look, it fits perfectly, 1.5 inch punch. That's a very useful punch that I use a lot. So one of my favorite new ribbons is the white crinkle seam binding. One of my favorite packs of paper is the Best Dressed paper. Now, my favorite new punch. That was hard because there's a tulip in there. The tulip punch is awesome. I almost tried to use that. But this punch, it is called Label Me Pretty, I think. Label Me Pretty punch. It is look at this cool, can you see the cool shape that it punches out? And then look, it fits perfectly with a circle right in the middle. So I'm gonna glue that. It fits a couple different sizes of circles. It also could just be, you could stamp right on it and punch that out. But yeah, that's pretty straight. It's not a little straight, so let's see if I can fix it. I'm doing it upside down for you guys, so that's, it's always a little tricky. So now I'll take my dimensionals, and I cleaned off my desk yesterday, by the way. It's crazy. I found 4 sheets of dimensionals. I found 4 things of mini glue dots. I was like, wow, I'm always looking for them up here. And then Susan will bring me extras. And when I actually clean off my desk, it's amazing what you find, right? Okay, so that's gonna go down to the front. Oh, it's so beautiful. The last thing I want to do is to add some rhinestones to this. And I could just add regular rhinestones, but I kind of wanted to add some colored ones. So did you know you can take your blends, and it kind of works a little bit like a Sharpie marker. And I'm just gonna go ahead, I'm gonna actually color in a few of these. This is the Blackberry Bliss Sharpie, or not Sharpie, definitely not. It's a blends. But it gives this beautiful, you can color your rhinestones. So did you see that? Now they are this beautiful color of, burgundy or purple. So now I'm gonna take these and now I'm gonna put them down to the front of this piece of paper. Because my other card that I did, I'll show you, is one of my other really favorite new products, and that's the champagne rhinestones. I didn't think that they would go so well on here, so I created my own colored rhinestones. And I'm gonna use these on the inside. All right, there's the outside of our card. Now, I'm gonna show you how to put together the rest of it. So what I wanna do, I love our grid paper because I can center things. So this is 11 inches. So I find my middle point, which is right here. And then I wanna go 5.5 inches this way. So now I know I have this completely centered. So I use my grid paper all the time. People will always say, score it, measure it. I'm like, oh no, I'll use my grid paper. So I'm just gonna take it and I can just fold this in towards that middle line and then use my bone folder. I found 4 bone folders up here. That's so funny. And then I'll do the same thing to the other side. I like fold in this direction. So same thing the other side. And I know that's the middle point. So no measuring, no scoring, or you could if you wanted to, but then you have to get it this way. I know it lines up perfectly. So I just folded it in towards the middle. It's kind of just a neat different way for you to fold your card. So now I'm gonna take this, gluing down just the top portion of my card. So this was the card front we created. It's beautiful. I just glued down just the top portion, and then that is gonna get laid down. Wow, look how pretty this is. So pretty. So now when they open it, it's gonna open up like this. Kind of a unique way of opening. It just makes the card special. But it's the same exact amount of cardstock, so it doesn't cost you any more money to be a little bit creative. Now this is a dark inside, and I wanted to make this a very special card. So we are going to actually now just add a piece of white to the inside. Before I do that, I wanna do a little bit of stamping. We're gonna go back to our positive thoughts, which is, those of you who are just joining me, this is the positive thoughts, where I love it because it's got, several beautiful words, and I love the font. And then look, it's got like the fern, and it's got a flower and a butterfly and a feather. and then just a little squiggly thing down there. So I'm gonna take the fern, or whatever this is, some sort of greenery, and I'm going to stamp that with my mossy meadow on the front of my card down here. Just like that. So there's my mossy meadow with my little fern. And then I'm gonna take one of the other coordinating colors of that piece of paper. There's a lot of purples in here. So I want to take a lighter color purple. This one is the Highland Heather. And I'm going to open that one up. And I'm going to use the butterfly. Let's go back to this one. And I'm gonna take the butterfly. I'm just gonna add a couple of the butterflies here onto my card, like that. Last but not least, we're just gonna finish decorating this. I'm gonna go back to some of these rhinestones that we have already colored, and I'm gonna add a couple of them to the inside. Just kind of bring all the colors together, bring the front of the card to the inside of the card. Sometimes, and I am definitely guilty of this, where I don't necessarily decorate the inside, but when I'm making a special card and I'm really focusing on it, I will always try to decorate the inside of the card. So there's that. I'm gonna put my stamps away. This gets glued to the front. All right, you guys know what makes me super happy. Number one, if you share this video, go ahead and just hit the share button. And then that way, number one, you will have it in your news feed so you can go back and find it later. And that just shows me that you enjoyed today's video and that your friends can see it, and people might like to be able to see how to create this as well. And then also, if you give the thumbs up or the hearts, if you want to give an angry face, that's good too. But do you love today's card? So here's this is the whole point, that you have a 6x6 paper, and then you just take a half a sheet of cardstock and you can create something so beautiful and so special. Whoever gets this in the mail is going to really, really appreciate it. So there's that one. And then, of course, here's the one that I did earlier before we even started, to kind of show you which one's your favorite. Now, I know a lot of you are going to say both, but do you have one that's your favorite? Do you like one color over the other? I can bring you back up here. So, yeah, we decorated the inside, we decorated the envelope, so that way it's like a whole package deal. And ooh, this is Michigan, my hair, so staticky. Oh, you love it, thank you. Yes, share the video, give me thumbs up or hearts, I love that. But the thing that makes me the most happy is when you create this project. Let me see your version of it. You're probably gonna make it something totally different. So this, of course, was my version, one of them, or you can copy it exactly like you want to. But I would love to see your version and how you create this card. Again, it's the same. No, Alicia said the Blackberry Bliss, definitely. You know, it definitely is very eye-catching. And do you see that vellum on there? Don't forget to use your vellum cardstock and just use it as a layering piece. It kind of softens it up a little bit, your card, and just gives it some extra dimension. Tammy said, who would ever do an angry face? I get them. Someone named Muhammad gave me one last week and I blocked him from my page. So anyway, some people don't, yeah, it's okay. But I get lots of love and I'm so appreciate you guys. So there you go. There's your project for today. Happy New Year. If you have any questions, if you need to order something, you can text me, message me, you can send me an email. If you want questions about getting that mini trimmer and joining my team, we do so much together. We are probably one of the most active groups out there because we have fun. It's a Facebook group. We do online conventions together, and it's all free for my team. We just love to inspire and share. We just have this big love fest. A love fest with stamping and love fest with supporting each other and friendships. So I see lots of my rubber queens on here. I love that. So anyway, if you are not a demonstrator yet and you would love to be, just message me. You can, or whatever, and we can talk about it. I can send you information, the link, whatever. So it's the very best time. And by the way, people join because they want a discount. Some people do classes like I do and other people do, but you don't have to. Most people just join. There's like 50-some thousand demonstrators, and I bet you 49,000 do this just to get the discount. There are some amazing people who do this as a job, but not always. Deborah asks, what's the best way to attach vellum without seeing tape or glue? So this is what I always do typically. Deborah, I did put just regular glue on here, but I put it behind where this punch is. So that way it hides it. I did not put glue anywhere else. What we sell is called vellum cardstock. So it's heavier, so it lays down. If you're using like a regular vellum from a store or something, it's real light, and then that would be irritating because it would like be floppy. Ours is not floppy. Ours stays in place because it's a thicker, it's called vellum cardstock, so it's a lot thicker. And it's so I just put glue where something's going to be covering it. And that seems to work 99% of the time. I'm usually using vellum under something. So I can just make sure if I put glue just where there's something that's gonna go over top of it. If not, then typically I will just try to hide the glue or use like our very thin fine tip glue pen. That seems to hide a little bit better. The other tip that if you do need to put vellum down where you're going to be able to see it is you could actually sponge the entire back of it with some of our liquid glue, and then when you glue it down, then the whole thing looks the same and it's all has glue over all of the back of it. So, oh yeah, someone said something about the, anyway, no, this is the guillotine cutter and it never needs refills. But if you have our new trimmer, the refills just became available this week. So you can order them, and they're in a pack of 4, so they'll last you a long time. It's like 4 for like $12 or something like that. All right, you guys have an awesome day. I am so glad to be back here stamping with you. It is such a joy. This is my time to have fun. Now I have to go get back to work. All right, I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.